My name's Christine Allen. I retired 3 years ago. I was previously a project manager and in finance for local government. I'm married, I've got 2 children, 3 grandchildren and a dog. I've always been fit, healthy, well, no problems, very rarely went to the doctors until 3 years ago I went for a checkup. And when I came out of my checkup, I was told I'd got type 2 diabetes, which was a shock. And I had the discussion with the doctor and I came away with a stop it, do it leaflet. And I then had to go home and actually sit and think about what changes I needed to do or what I was going to do about my condition and my lifestyle, because my lifestyle had been contributing to my condition. I'd been working long hours, stressful job, skipping meals, and a sedentary job in front of a PC, and this had sort of must have built up over 10 years, and I realised that I'd not noticed it. I'd been putting everybody else before me, and at this point I needed to do something about me. So I sort of went away, discussed with my husband, looked at the options, and the changes I made was I left my job, took early retirement. I discussed with the nurse at the practice about diet and changes, signposted me to where I needed to look online for diabetes. And I came away and sort of, I'd got appointed to lose a stone in weight, which I did. I went on the Desmond course, started doing my own cooking, looking what I ate, reading the labels on foods, and have been much better. And that sort of progressed that I then went again for my second checkup this year and had an open discussion with the nurse at the surgery, and I was also put on cholesterol, statins for high cholesterol, that I had read that the condition I'd got was reversible, and would it be possible that if I carried on changing my lifestyle, introducing more exercise, could I come off the statins? So we had a sort of an open discussion and came away with a plan. And I joined a slimming club because I've discovered I need a little bit of support, and she gave me a target of lose, I don't know, a stone by November, and at the moment I've lost 1.5 stone. So the fact that I think I'm accountable and I've got to go back and talk to her that we are working as a team to achieve what I want to achieve as a patient. I think it was helpful because normally you expect to be told by a doctor what you need to do or how you need to do it. And I think if I'd have gone to my previous doctor, he'd have said, you need to lose weight and you need to do this, this and this. And I'm not sure I would have bought into that because it wasn't my decision. And so I had to go away and think about what I needed to change. And to be honest, I don't think he would have said, leave your job and do something completely different. And so I took, because I think I sat down, my husband isn't well. I knew he'd got some operations coming up as well. So I factored this all into my decision-making process. And I think I probably approached it like a project manager. I did the plan and put everything in place to what I needed to do. Because I thought at that point that my health needed to be priority to me. I want to be fit and healthy. I want to be like my mum. She's 85. And for the last 20 years, we've had what we call the girls' Christmas shopping trip. And we've visited, me and my mum, my friend and her daughter, we've visited 3 days, 5 days, various places. We visit a place, we never stop, we're on his feet, we see all the sights, and we've gone from Barcelona, Edinburgh, New York, Amsterdam, Las Vegas, Boston, and Toronto, she's done. And I think, I want to do this with my children. and the next generation, and I want to be fit enough that when we go to the theme parks, I can do the roller coaster, not sit and watch. Yes, I think when you go to see a doctor, I think you see that the doctor knows more than you. And so you're actually looking for the doctor to tell you what you need to do. And you're also fearful of, asking the wrong questions, or asking what you consider stupid questions. And I think that's the barrier, because I think as the patient, you see a doctor as being the font of all knowledge and experience, and somebody who knows better than you. But I think, so through this learning process, you learn that as a patient, I actually do know what I want and what I need if I look into it deeply enough, and I find things that probably the doctor wouldn't know, and a doctor doesn't know your history as much of your history. So I think it does now need to be a two-way conversation, which perhaps previously it was never a two-way conversation with me. I just took the advice. I believe peer support is useful to breaking down the barriers before you see a doctor, because it's somebody who's been there, experienced the same things, can give practical advice, is more comfortable on a one-to-one, same level basis. And that I think is and I always think the fact that you're experiencing the same thing is useful, and you can empathise with that person and give them confidence. I now understand a lot more than I did about my condition, about what I can do, how I can help other people. And 3 years ago, I went off for my annual checkup at the doctor's, and very rarely visit the doctors, and was told I'd got type 2 diabetes, which was a shock at the time. I'd always been fit and healthy. As a youngster, I'd played loads of sports. But then I went away from the doctors with the Stop Do It leaflet, and had to reevaluate my life, my lifestyle, why I'd got to this point, what caused it. And over the last 10 years, I realised I'd neglected myself over everybody else. I wasn't eating properly. I was in meetings, I was working late, I was skipping meals, I was coming home too tired to exercise. I was eating the wrong things, I'd put on weight, and clearly it had not been beneficial to my health. Started learning about diabetes and diet. I lost weight, discussion after discussion with the practice nurse, and I maintained that. But then at this year's review, we discussed the fact that could I also come off statins, which I've been prescribed for high cholesterol. And I joined a slimming club, and she gave me a target, and I joined the slimming club not necessarily for the diet, because I don't use all their rules, but for the support network, because I think a support network is invaluable in making any changes.